Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm working on a 2003 Dodge Ram with the mighty 5.9 Cummins, and it's got a rusted coolant pipe. It's for the heater. I'll show you what we got here. Grab some light. It's a heater hose pipe right there. Let me zoom you in. There you go. That's a common failure on the 5.9, and this is just preventative maintenance. That one's not leaking yet. We're going to change it out. So I got a nice clean bucket. I got the truck up in the air. On the driver's side, this is the drain right here for the radiator. So we're going to open that baby up. Come on. Okay, so while that's draining, I'm going to remove this inner fender liner just to give us a little more room to work to get that hose off. I already had the tire off because I had to replace some rusty brake lines. So it looks like we just got some fasteners along here, up along there, and then there's a couple small ones up in there. With the inner fender liner out, you can get a better look at what we got going on here. So here's our pipe right here, and obviously we've got a clamp up there. There's a little, let's see if I can get you in there. Where are we at here? There's a little rubber elbow. I don't know if you can see that right there. You probably can't see the whole thing. Right there, little rubber elbow. And I'm going to take the bottom clamp off, and I'm going to leave the elbow connected to the pipe because the whole pipe's got to go that way. Because we got another clamp hidden way back in there. So we got 3 clamps, 1, 2, and 3 to take out. And I think we can snake this thing out going back towards the firewall. Okay, so I was able to get that clamp off, but I had to use a special tool to get it off. It's just riding on the pipe now. That's a silicone hose, so that one doesn't stick to the metal pipe like the regular rubber heater hoses do. That one broke loose real easy, but I got the clamp off. I got the, let's see if you can see there. I got the clamp off the bottom of that elbow, and I'm going to pull this nut off right here. That's what secures the pipe in place. I think when I pull that nut off, pull that out of there, I should be able to slide it up and get that rubber elbow off the heater pipe. And then we just got to contend with the one up top. This is what I used right here. So if you're going to do this job, this is a remote hose clamp tool. Basically, you put that on the spring clamp right there. You squeeze that end over there, and it pinches the hose clamp. It works good for hard to reach areas because of this flexible part to it. So I'll put a link to this tool in the description if somebody wants to go on Amazon and pick one up. They're very handy to have. I've had this one for 20 years. When you need it, it's a lifesaver. Putting it back together, if someone didn't want to contend with the spring clamp, you could put a regular hose clamp on there and make life a lot easier for you in the future. Okay, so a little update here. I wasn't able to get that out. I wasn't able to get that tube to move without taking this little elbow off. Be careful when you do it so that you don't poke any holes in it. That's not something the parts store is just going to have in stock. Now I got it out. Now I should be able to wiggle this tube out of there. We'll see what happens. So in order to get this pipe out of here, you got to pull this around the dipstick tube. Put it on the passenger side of the dipstick tube. And then you can just kind of snake it out of there. I'm not going to lie, that's a pain in the butt. Look how crusty that is. Oh, she wasn't long before that was going to start leaking. Okay, let me find the new one. We'll put her back together. So here's the new part. It is a Dorman, part number 626-321. And if I can find a link to that, I'll put a link to that down below in the description. So let's put it back together. Okay, there it is, all installed. I put a regular worm drive clamp on that end just to make it easier for reassembly. Plus, you know, sometimes those spring clamps rust out and then they break and lose tension and you get a leak. I'm going to tell you right now, let me zoom this back out. The hardest part of this whole job is, let's see if you can see it, is getting this little rubber elbow back on. That is just a bugger. There is just no room at all. Do yourself a favor and put generous amounts of grease on each end of this hose where it hooks, or each end of this metal pipe where it hooks to the rubber hoses. Like I said, that's a silicone hose down on that end, so it's relatively easy. But this little guy right here, I know it's hard to see, but there's a little rubber elbow back here. He is just a bugger, and there's no way to film it, so I apologize. I couldn't get the camera in there. Plus, I was saying some stuff my mom wouldn't approve of, and she watches my videos, so I left that part out. But anyway, there it is. Reinstalled. I got it all hooked back up. Got the 15mm nut back on there, and we're going to fill it back up with coolant and pressure test it now. Okay, so I filled it full of coolant, and then I put the tire, well, I put the inner fender well back on, I put the tire back on, lowered the truck down. It's been probably about 10 minutes, and we're sitting right at 16 psi, which was what the cap said it was good for. So we're done. So if you guys found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and check out my other content. I appreciate the support. Thank you.